We have you covered this morning, including a look at traffic with Joy and a look at your weather with Jennette. Good morning, Jennette.
Good morning. It is Monday, back to work, back to school, and it doesn't feel so nice outside.
Yikes.
It's warm and it is humid. Certainly feeling like a summer morning. It is going to be pretty hot and humid the next couple of days. Temperatures well above the normal, but we'll see some changes midweek as a cool front arrives Wednesday. It looks like the front will get here Wednesday in the afternoon. Temperatures this morning are in the upper 70s, and let's take a look at those morning temperatures ahead. It's going to stay in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees through Wednesday morning. After the front pushes through, it'll start to feel more cool, crisp, and refreshing Friday morning. The front again between 4 and 7 p.m. on Wednesday, and when it comes through, it should bring us some scattered showers along with a couple thunderstorms. Still some lingering rain behind the front early Thursday, then looking dry Friday into the upcoming weekend. More on the front and on your 4-zone weather coming up in under 10 minutes.
All right, so far it has been almost eerily quiet out there. The only thing we are dealing with is going to be those construction closures that most of us by now are accustomed to. Nothing new or out of the ordinary here. We do have a closure just north of downtown along I-10. That's the upper level, westbound between Frio and Culebra. Live picture there really hasn't had that much of an effect. Where we are seeing a bigger effect is going to be here in the northbound lanes of I-35 at South Alamo Street, maybe a 10-minute delay behind that. For the latest on what it actually feels like out there, let's get to photojournalist David Mendoza. He is live from Road Cam. David, you are in the far left lane and you seem to be going the slowest here.
Hello, good morning. Yes, I'm in 37 north in the slow lane of traffic of waiting to get onto 35 south. It's usually slow right here, nothing really out of the normal, but generally downtown we are seeing slower traffic. No major accidents, no major delays. Honestly, I think the roadways are looking very, very good for a Monday morning. I'll keep you updated, let you know what else I see. Back to you.
Thanks, David. We'll talk again soon.
All right, guys, thank you. About 15 minutes now before 7 a.m., President Trump is expected to make a huge announcement today on the potential causes of autism. He previewed that announcement during the memorial service yesterday for activist Charlie Clerk.
We're going to be talking in the Oval Office in the White House about autism, how it happens, so we won't let it happen anymore, and how to get at least somewhat better when you have it, so that parents can help their child, their beautiful child.
So here's what we know. The Washington Post reporting that today's announcement will link autism to the use of Tylenol during a woman's pregnancy. According to the president's public schedule, that announcement should be made around 3 o'clock our time. We'll have the very latest on that online at news4sa.com. Another big announcement will happen here in San Antonio later today. We're talking about the airport. San Antonio International unveiling new air services later today.
Yeah, that's happening this morning, I think about 9 a.m. News 4 San Antonio's Tony Davis is live at the airport with more on what travelers can expect. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning. So are you ready for a nonstop service? Well, the San Antonio International Airport is ready to get you where you need to go thanks to a new air service. So the airport has seen millions of travelers come through TSA and onto their flights. In May of this year, the number of passengers reached over 966,000, which is actually about 8,000 less than in 2024. But the level of activity on the airport improvement projects in the 20-year, $2.5 billion airport strategic plan has not slowed down. Today is part of that increased activity with leaders like City Manager Eric Walsh and Director of Airports Jesus Saenz announcing a new air service that will expand travel opportunities for the region. So that announcement will be, like Marisa said, a little later this morning at 9 a.m. and we will be there to get that announcement and update you on the details both on air and online. For now, reporting live, I'm Tawny Davis. Back to you.
All right, Tawny, thank you. New this morning, police are looking for a man who robbed a gas station and stabbed a worker there. This was on Highway 90. Police say the guy walked in, pointed at the cash register, didn't say a word. Worker was trying to open the register, but the suspect and couldn't. So the suspect jumped over the counter and began stabbing that employee several times in the back. The suspect then stole some things, ran off. The employee, we're told, should be okay. This morning, the sheriff is questioning the story of a mother in this case where 2 kids died in a hot car in far western Bexar County. We do know the names of those children now: 6-year-old Savani Stevenson and 3-year-old Miani Islar. Their mother, 28-year-old Tiana Islar, was arrested there on the scene at a home on Chancery Gate in Appleton. Mom told deputies she last saw her kids. It was about 10 a.m. inside the house. She went to sleep. Next time she woke up, they were in the car. Sheriff Salazar says that story, though, doesn't add up to everything that they have found there.
Fortunately, I'm not able to go into too much detail. There just are some inconsistencies with the story that we're being given that at present, I'm not confident enough to give you all that that's definitively what happened.
He's not buying it. Deputies charged the mother with 2 counts of injury to a child resulting in death. She is in jail on a $150,000 bond.
A veteran San Antonio police officer could face prison time for allegedly choking a family member over the weekend. Investigators say Cody Hagelin was off duty when it happened. He's been with SAPD for 14 years and is now on administrative duty. On Saturday, he turned himself in to the Medina County Sheriff's Office. Under Texas law, Hagelin could face a 3rd-degree felony charge with possible prison time if convicted. Police are looking for another suspect in connection with the murder of 14-year-old Simon Cuevas. San Antonio police are asking for the public's help locating 17-year-old Andrew Cantu. He's wanted in connection with Cuevas's murder. This is now the 5th person of interest in this case. Anyone with information on Cantu's location can contact the SAPD Homicide Unit at 210-207-2152. Back in April, Cuevas was brutally beaten and murdered while walking home from Brewer Academy.
Israeli forces attacked more residential buildings in Gaza City yesterday. Gaza health authorities say that 31 Palestinians died in that attack. This is video here from Israel that they released. You can see tanks and other military vehicles set up, getting ready to enter the area. Some countries there in the West disapproving of the attack. The UK, Canada, and Australia, the latest nations now to formally recognize a Palestinian state. Also happening today, President Trump is expected to meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky.
This all comes as the heads of state are gathering in New York today for the UN General Assembly. News 4 San Antonio's Christina De Leon joins us live with more on this meeting and what's expected. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Marissa. Good morning, everyone. It is expected to happen today, just a few hours from now. In fact, the Ukrainian President Zelensky urging tough sanctions on Russia ahead of this meeting. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he is meeting with the U.S. President Donald Trump today as U.S.-Russia tensions rise. He says they'll talk on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York. Zelensky has spent 3.5 years making the argument that Vladimir Putin will not stop at Ukraine and should be able to make a forceful push for a clear position on getting tough on Russia. This meeting comes as Donald Trump says he will defend the Baltic states and Poland from Russia if necessary. This follows Russian incursions into NATO airspace. Those include flying jets over Estonian territory this past Friday and drones over Polish and Romanian land earlier this month.
Sooner or later, if this kind of provocation happens, we're going to have some kind of incident that will prompt a crisis. And that crisis will force President Trump, I suspect, to think about which side they want to take.
Yeah, Russia denies its jets entered Estonian airspace, but Zelensky says it has been defending itself from Russia's attacks almost every day. We'll, of course, continue to follow this meeting today and let you know what happens on air and online at news4sanantonio.com. Reporting live, I'm Christina De Leon. We will send it back to you.
All right, Christina, thank you. About 10 minutes now from 7 a.m. Across America, the Trump administration will no longer release an annual report on hunger as a way to save money. The Agricultural Department will issue its last report on food insecurity next month with numbers from 2024. The department says that food trends on this issue have not changed. This is part of a bigger budget cut to the food stamp program.
The strongest storm anywhere in the world this year is passing over the northern part of the Philippines. Right now, it's prompting thousands of people to evacuate into Hong Kong, Taiwan, and mainland China. A typhoon developing in the Philippine Sea is expected to produce wind speeds over 195 miles per hour. This morning, the Philippines issued its highest tropical cyclone wind signal, warning of potentially destructive and life-threatening risks.
Well, closer to home, I'm watching a cool front that will arrive midweek. That should help to spread some showers and thunderstorms in our area. Some of the storms could be strong. In fact, we're currently under a level 1 severe weather risk. We'll take a look at your full forecast with all the details coming up in just 15 seconds. But first, a word from our sponsor.
The hot summertime heat is here, so call Westerly Air to keep you cool. Call us now for fast 24/7 service and our $79 system checkup and flexible financing options. Turn to Westerly Air, a proud family-owned company.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jennette.
Before the front gets here, we have to deal with some heat and humidity. As we kick off this last full week of September, it is going to be hot and humid. Keep those heat safety tips on top of mind because it could get dangerous out there if you're not listening to your body. Heat index temperatures ranging between 100 to 107. That's today and tomorrow. Then late on Wednesday, a cool front arrives. That will bring in some lower temperatures, lower humidity, but also some showers and thunderstorms. And some of the storms could be on the strong side with high winds and some locally heavy rainfall. Storm Prediction Center has us under a level 1 severe weather risk. This is a marginal risk, level 1 out of 5. This means that there could be some isolated storms that produce wind gusts upwards of 40 to 50 miles an hour. Also the potential for some small hail and heavy rain that could cause some localized flash flooding. There is the front right now. That's going to be moving to the east and southeast. The area of low pressure with it is also across the Intermountain West. Now, the center of that storm system will miss us to the north, so that's where the best dynamics for heavy rain, widespread rain, and strong storms will be. But here is the front, expecting it sometime between 4 and 7 Wednesday afternoon. As it moves through, again, scattered showers along with a couple of thunderstorms. Looks pretty wet in parts of our area Wednesday evening into Wednesday night. Rain lingers until early Thursday, and then it gets drier with lower humidity arriving Thursday in the afternoon. It'll feel more refreshing Friday morning. That's when lows will be back into the 60s. Now, before the front gets here, again, we're going to see an increase in low-level moisture. The air will be more saturated, hence why it's going to be pretty humid. The drier air then follows the front as the winds shift to the north by Thursday in the afternoon. And we're expecting a general 1/4 inch to 1 inch plus. Some spots, though, like for example, southern Bexar County to the south, could pick up over 2 inches of rainfall. So we are going to watch that very closely. Here is the second hurricane of the Atlantic season. This is Hurricane Gabrielle, intensified to a Cat 1 hurricane over the weekend. Looks like it's going to intensify further as it stays to the east of Bermuda and then weakening across the northern Atlantic Ocean. Behind Gabrielle, there are 2 other tropical waves that we are watching. And actually, this has been updated. This now has a high chance of development. This one, a moderate chance. We'll have to watch this tropical wave because that may come close to the southeastern U.S. No impacts, though, for Texas. This afternoon, highs in the mid to upper 90s. Heat index over 100. The eastern zone, a 20% rain chance. First day of fall. Autumnal equinox begins at 1:19 this afternoon. Weather alert day Wednesday because of the potential for strong storms. Temperatures then drop into the lower 90s, lows in the 60s Friday morning. Here's the extended forecast for the other 3 zones. Pretty stormy here again Wednesday. You can see those higher rain chances midweek for the western zone, the hill country, and here's one more, the extended forecast for the eastern zone.
Live look outside, it looks like at least part of that construction closure north of downtown has cleared. Still not completely out of the way, though. This was the upper level of I-10 westbound between Frio and Culebra. Also downtown, I-35 northbound at South Alamo Street. That's up to a 10 to 15 minute delay because of the construction closures there. Photojournalist David Mendoza has been live from RoadCam tracking all of these issues across San Antonio. He joins us now with another live picture. Good morning, David. It's a beautiful sunrise.
Hello, good morning. I'm on 281 North and Bitters. It's looking good up here. The most that I've heard is 281 North and Hildebrand. They are about to close down the far left lane to get a disabled vehicle off the roadway. I'll leave you with that. It's an excellent day for traffic. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. That's the latest.
All right, guys, this is just crazy video here. So this is in Nebraska where a guy dodges this oncoming car. This is like out of a movie, but it's real. Crashes into a gas station. The local sheriff says the man was washing his windshield. You saw there, vehicle hit a curb, flipped, and just misses the guy. Believe it or not, the driver of that vehicle that rolled only suffered minor injuries. Wow.
Only in Nebraska.
Oh, he said.
I mean, in the less official hours of summer, why not celebrate National Ice Cream Cone Day? They've been around since 1825 and became popular in the U.S. at the World's Fair in 1904. They ran out of paper cups, so the solution was to curl a waffle cookie to hold the ice cream. From there, an inventor patented a machine to make ice cream cones in 1912. He sold the company to Nabisco in 1928. So yum.
The guy was using a spoon on the cone. You don't do that. You just
What?
lick it. Yeah.
No, it's big. You eat some of it first.
Today's a gift. Make it count.